What's better than talk to people who are actually in this industry? So sitting next to me is Ralph Lorenas. Ralph has been with us for a better part of 3 years, and if it has to do with video, chances are Ralph is involved with it. Ralph is kind of an interesting story. So Ralph, how did you first come to TechnoBuffalo?
So I started off as an assistant to you, actually. I reached out via email and I was like, hey, John, I'm a student at UCI looking for an internship. Is there anything available? And actually, you said no.
There wasn't.
I mean, there wasn't. It's not his fault. But then I reached back, a few months later after I graduated, and he's like, yeah, we might have something for you. So we met up. I actually started as a assistant, and then things just worked their way up from there.
So Ralph just graduated. UCI is University of California, Irvine. It's university, close where we're at in Orange County. It's where our offices are in Irvine. So Ralph started off as my assistant and started doing a lot of TechnoBuffalo, sort of offset some of the business stuff we were doing. Started doing a lot of the annotation things that we had, and sort of much less assistant-y kind of stuff and more sort of actual production kind of stuff. And I know you always had interest in sort of photography, at least passively.
Yeah.
So you started learning a lot about cameras.
Yeah, before actually working here, I had really no idea how to work a DSLR, for video at least. So it's sort of the need arose that we needed someone to help John film, and there wasn't really anyone else around that could help with that. So I naturally sort of learned how to use a DSLR and sort of became TechnoBuffalo's filming guy for a long time.
Yeah, for a real long time. We used to use just a Sony Handycam, and we used a Canon Vixia, and it really wasn't anything required. You just turned it on and it focused and did its own thing, and we wanted to sort of step up the quality. So Ralph was like, John, I'm interested, I can learn. That was when we got, I think, our Mark II and started using it for video, and very quickly we saw that Ralph had an aptitude. And even more quickly, you stopped being an assistant and started becoming sort of the camera guy, and started doing all of the annotations on the video, took over a lot of the business stuff, and now your job title?
Official title is office manager, but really what I do is a lot more than that. I sort of work with pretty much almost everyone in the company with sort of different, it's obviously different for everyone else, but it varies what we do together. But primarily I'd say I work more with video and sort of the revision 3 side of things. So making sure, ad reads get filmed and approved, making sure videos go up on time. I've sort of stepped away from the filming part of the videos and sort of more of what happens after the videos get filmed.
And Ralph also does a lot of the galleries that you see, so he'll go into the studio and sort of shoot all the pictures for a review. So Ralph, what did you study in college that sort of prepared you for now?
So what I studied for was business economics, and then I also got a minor in psychology, which has pretty much nothing to do with like filming or YouTube, So it was kind of random to go into a different field that I really had little experience with, but it was also exciting,
So what advice would you have? Because you've had a career path that I think a lot of people would want. Sort of you started, you took a job that was available, and you've worked your way up. I think you've been promoted like 3 or 4 times now at this point, to being a real integral part. I mean, if we put all of your job responsibilities on a business card, it'd be like a legal sheet of paper size cards. Really are so important to what we do. What advice would you give to people out there who maybe want to do what you do and start where you started and sort of work their way up?
Yeah, I'd say first of all, don't be afraid to ask for a job. I'm
gonna get so many emails now.
Yeah, maybe not John, but ask someone you look up to. Someone just don't be afraid. I was a little shy, and I was like, this might not be anything, but whatever. I'll just ask again.
But I got back to you. I read the email.
He did get back to me, but I'd say that's my first advice. Don't be afraid to ask for anything. If you don't speak up, you're not going to be heard. Second, I'd probably say don't be scared to try something different. I obviously had no idea how to, how YouTube worked, or sort of how videos are filmed, or sort of all the work that goes on behind the scenes. And I've sort of, I'd like to think that I stepped up to the plate and got things done, and
I can honestly say we would not be where we're at if it wasn't for you. And you brought up a good point about what goes on behind the scenes. People just see the end product. They don't want to know necessarily how the sausage is made, so to speak. But filming a video takes a lot of processes and a lot of steps. And then the videos are also indicated on the website, so that has to be written up. There are galleries associated with it. They have to be formatted, run through SEO engines. There's a lot of steps that you don't see. And the fact that you don't see it is sort of a testament to Ralph, that you don't notice all the steps that go into it. Let me stop the interview for one quick second and thank the friends and good people at lynda.com. You know that you should be doing something different. Maybe you've had a thought of bettering yourself. Lynda.com can help you. They got thousands of engaging, super easy to follow tutorials taught by industry experts to help you learn all kinds of crazy stuff, from software skills to business skills and everything in between. So membership starts at just $25 per month, and since it's online, it's unlimited and 24/7 access. You can learn at your own pace from TD10 tutorials, or if you've got a long attention span, super comprehensive courses, things like web design, programming, photography, business courses, audio and video, 3D animation, all the rest of the stuff that I probably should learn. You can try lynda.com free for 7 days by going to lynda.com/TechnoBuffalo. That's lynda.com/TechnoBuffalo. Back to talking to this guy. So what's the best and worst part about working at TechnoBuffalo? And you could be totally honest.
Totally honest, the best part is probably getting to play with all the new gadgets. That's for sure the best part. I mean,
That never gets old.
that never gets old. Every week, getting a new phone, new tablet, new consoles last year. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I would have obviously can't afford to get every single thing that comes out. So as a tech fan, it's incredible to be able to see everything that comes out. The worst part, I wouldn't say this is the worst part, but this is one of the most annoying things.
This guy. No.
This guy, yeah. I'd say is having to deal with all the shipping that goes on here. We get a lot of stuff in that a lot of times has to go back, and I usually have to sort of, get all the packages ready, make sure I have the labels, make sure it's going to the right places, and then also on top of that, we have Tiger Tuesday that goes in every week.
And that's international
That's
stuff.
international, so I had to learn sort of a little bit of like import and export, sort of how that stuff works, and it's not the easiest or most like friendly thing to learn. I still don't really understand it, but I mean, the packages get there, so.
That's what matters.
That's what matters.
So Ralph, thank you for sitting in the chair. I know for someone who's not used to being in front of the camera, it can be sometimes tricky, but I think you did a great job, and hopefully the folks out there are interested to sort of hear your story. We got more folks coming in that are going to sit in this chair. Next, you'll meet the guy who's now behind the camera and doing the editing, Mr. Ron Prita. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave comments down below. Let us know what you think or anything you want us to ask for the next video. We'll be back doing regular Rettingers riffs too. These are going to sort of intermingle these videos throughout the next few months. Of course, check us out at TechnoBuffalo.com for the latest and greatest tech news. Until then, I'm John Rettinger.
I'm Ralph.
I'll see you guys next video. What's up, everyone? Thank you for watching that video. If you want to see more of the latest and greatest tech news, you can subscribe to our main TechnoBuffalo channel by clicking the button right down below in my pants region, or click on the buttons to your right to see more videos.